President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi officially opened the 18th session of the Intergovernmental Committee for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage in Kasane today. They're inciting government's people-centered development approach and how it ties it in with the prioritizing communities and their intangible cultural heritage, as well as such contribution to sustainable development. Utsile Onkabetsi reports.
Botswana's 43-year-long UNESCO membership has been instrumental to her progressive steps towards the collective global commitment of human development. Being the 8th African country to host this intangible cultural heritage session postures Botswana well in sharing her conservation successes in this regard.
Our national policy on culture recognizes the importance of intangible cultural heritage, and we hope that by hosting this 18th session of the ICH, we demonstrate the importance of ICH and its safeguarding and transmission of living heritage, so much cherished by we, the people of this republic. The 2003 Convention considers communities as the drivers of the Convention, and it is the communities that decide those cultural practices and norms that are important to them and in need of safeguarding for future generations. This, dear guests, is completely aligned with my government's approach to development, which is people-centered.
Safeguarding intangible cultural heritage is believed to be a building block of promoting inclusive socio-economic and environmental development.
We have come together to celebrate the incredible richness of humanity's intangible cultural heritage and to reaffirm its power for social cohesion, human dignity, and peace. In the name of the family of UNESCO, I have to say that we have never seen such implication from a president in the organization of an event. So thank you in the name of all of us.
I wish to affirm emphatically that Botswana stands ready to continue working with the community of nations through UNESCO to deliver on the intangible cultural heritage of humanity for generations to come. We are fully aware that in doing so, we stand to benefit immensely through saving our own cultures as Botswana, varied in ethnicity, language, and tradition, but united in our sovereign commitment and national patriotism as we are.
Botswana is home to a diversity of intangible and tangible heritage, which she safeguards through her national policies, laying a solid foundation for her to both preserve such for future generations as well as to fully leverage for progressive development. Utsidile Onkabetsi, BTV News.
The First Lady, Ms. Masisi, has called on African governments to increase domestic funding and strengthen health systems in a quest to accelerate prevention of mother-to-child transmission and elimination of newborn infections in the continent. Ms. Masisi made the plea during the high-level meeting of African First Ladies held at Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe, to expedite implementation of strategies, intervention and commitment towards an AIDS-free Africa for sustainable development. Kabelo Khakululo was there.
The high-level meeting organized by the Society of AIDS in Africa in partnership with WAFLAD paved the way for the 5-day International Conference on AIDS and STIs in Africa, ICANSA, which started in Harare, Zimbabwe today. It sought to leverage First Ladies' unique positions and renew their commitment towards an AIDS-free Africa, while the world is striving to attain the UN AIDS goal and the African Union's catalytic framework of ending the AIDS epidemic by 2030, the burden of mother-to-child transmission remains a concern in Africa. However, Botswana has been commended for her progress towards the elimination of such.
The first high-burden country in the world to achieve WHO's silver tier status, meaning that Botswana has reduced the mother-to-child transmission rate to less than 5%, and Botswana is providing antenatal care and antiretroviral therapy to over 90% of pregnant women.
Namibia is the second country in the region after Botswana to apply for validation or the path to elimination of mother-to-child transmission of HIV, syphilis, and hepatitis B.
The First Lady, Ms. Neoma Sisi, attributes the success to good governance, visionary leadership, partnerships, and domestic funding.
But over the last 20 years, Botswana has invested about 70% of its resources in the areas of research, education, community engagement, and mainstreaming of all HIV interventions. Those who know a little bit about Botswana, this was thanks to our mineral wealth, our diamonds, which were directed back at development. Botswana is very clear on that. But every diamond belongs to each and every Botswana. And the impact of the diamond will be felt throughout Botswana.
New infections among children aged 15 and below, as well as identifying and treating children living with HIV, is also a serious health concern in Africa. However, WAFLAD remains committed to turn the tide.
Our focus as First Ladies also extends to those children who fall through the cracks of HIV prevention efforts and test HIV positive. Children living with HIV deserve our best care and need to be on child-friendly antiretroviral medications to keep them alive and healthy. Our being here today is crucial as we will learn of the new initiatives targeted at ending AIDS among children by 2030.
WHO has vowed to provide strategic and technical support to all member states using data-driven approaches. Kabalo Kakollo, BTV News, Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe.
The Department of Broadcasting Services will this evening commission Studio 4 at Mass Media Complex. The expansion of BTV is expected to accelerate the creative industry in the country and to bring rise to upcoming creatives. At the same event, Botswana Television will also be celebrating its first anniversary since launching its breakaway channels. President Masisi and American media personality Steve Harvey, who have been contracted to help Botswana's production to reach global standards, are expected to attend. Moving on, the council chairman of the Charles Hill District Council, Mr. Patrick Gaibuse, says strategic partnerships are important in leveraging opportunities the newly established council can use to generate revenue and grow the economy of the area. Mr. Gaibuse was speaking at the inaugural chairman's ball recently. Angela Nosa compiled this one.
Newly established Charles Hill District is banking on strategic partnerships from various entities to develop it from being one of the smallest districts in the country to one with premium developments and top-notch service delivery. The district will be using the various expertise of its economic partners to achieve this vision.
It might be the smallest district in the country. We want today to be different and prove that dynamite come in small packages. It is through this gathering that I'm not only forming a team. I'm also saying that everyone here is part of the team, including colleagues from other districts, because we are going to collaborate with them in every way. Today we must all pledge to play to our strength, all of us in our different capacities.
Hukunzi haina sone kana se hukunzi na le sone ga rena sone kana re la le tsone mme bokete ba tsone ga di lekane so go botlhokwa gore nako tsothe re kgone gore re forma di allies so ke sengwe sa dilo tse le gore ke le itsise gore le the reason le leha consider yourself a strategic partner.
The Trans-Kalahari Corridor, established in 2003, is one strategic initiative that is being looked into to ensure developments are fast-tracked in the village.
The corridor is not only a transport corridor, but it is an economic corridor, so that we help member states to create what you call, activities or spatial development initiatives along the corridor, so that we can create employment for our people. So hence we see this council as a strategic partnership. In fact, our chairman here, we need to actually engage further after this event so that we can see where we can actually leverage on the synergies we ensure that our people on the TKC benefit from the corridor in line with what we call the Continental Free Trade Area.
Charles Hill District, now a fully fledged district, has intentions to transform into an economic and transport, logistics and tourism hub. Angela Enosa, BTV News.
The University of Botswana Vice-Chancellor Professor David Norris says the institution has decided to engage with leaders in Botswana in general in addressing challenges facing the nation. Professor Norris said this at the university's business breakfast seminar attended by district leadership and the business community at Letlhakane. Sebastian Tebogo with more.
One of the major challenges facing this country is unemployment, especially among the youth, including graduates. To find out on the causes of these societal challenges, University of Botswana embarked on a campaign to meet with leaders and the general public to help to find lasting solutions to those challenges.
Degree, first degree, and masters. University must introspect. Habanaba Bas competitive globally. Abanaba reba trainers and one of the reasons why we may not be producing the right caliber of students because we don't come to you. We need to come to you, work with you, so that you can tell us where are the challenges, where are the shortfalls, where are the gaps.
Indigenous knowledge is also critical in promoting innovative skills.
Innovation is technology. Even indigenous innovation.
The district leadership offers support to UB's initiative of engaging communities.
So, business seminar ke bana ile bo tlhokwa hela thata ka gore tisa tshedimosetso e leng gore ka re solagala molemo re le batho ba boteng gape ke bona go ntse go mention a le gona gore go na le megopolo yone mentsi e leng gore gongwe le yone university e ka nna le lekanalanyana le leng gore le ka dira ka kwano mo e leng gore go ka re tswela mosola re le ba kgaolo a boteng.
The university intends to organize these business seminars across the country to get ideas and feedback from Botswana. Sebastian Tebogo, BTV News, Letlhakane.
You're watching BTV News and thank you for staying with us. Now, members of Lions Club of Gaborone have been employed to transform communities by cultivating mindset change for a better livelihood. Dr. Mogomiti Mataba, Executive Director, Botswana Baylor Children's Clinical Center, expressed this at the launch of the newly established Lions Club Gaborone Central Branch. Gilbert Mohorosi with the details.
The Botswana Lions Club has been encouraged to serve with dedication and selflessness, as well as promoting mindset change so that Botswana will come to better understand the club's mandate.
Hope for a different result. We will not get any new results. I think our leadership have been very exemplary in telling us what we need to be thinking about and how to approach it. And I like the fact that you also move on with the times, as shown by your theme for tonight. I think it's just appropriate that we really look deep down and say, how can we change how we help ourselves? Nobody wants to be helped without their involvement. So being part of the community and then engaging the community in what they need to be helped with, and then using the community members to also deliver the help, I think there is no better way of serving our communities than that.
The district governor for District 412A, made up of Botswana and Zimbabwe, Mrs. Piwe Ndlovu, asked new members to work hard towards helping the country to realize the noble dream.
Our international president's theme is changing the world. My theme has already been said. is change is in our hands. We can all do so by doing small acts of kindness in our communities, and put together, these have a huge impact to the people around and in our communities.
Relevant to the unique Botswana circumstances and the prevailing national challenges. Hence, our future activities of the club will involve empowering the community through the provision of high-quality trainings and seminars that will cultivate within the community and enable participants to become economically viable, independent, amongst other things.
The Gaborone Central Lions Club has 28 members currently and has been asked to work harder in their service to the community, serve as a catalyst which galvanizes action and servitude to the less privileged. Gilbert Morosi, BTV News, Gaborone.
The chairperson of the Botswana Defence Force Benson Concert, Colonel Kgaoneke Bakwile, says they intend to have raised 450,000 pula after their tour across the country comes to an end. This annual event, which always pulls crowds, is held in 14 villages countrywide, and the money raised goes towards assisting various charity organizations. Kitso Temani.
The BDF Benson Concert was established in 1991, mandated to entertain the community and in the process raise awareness to support charity organizations across the country. In each village, the bands are donating to one charity organization.
The main purpose of this event, which actually we held every year, or rather annually, is to raise funds for the needy through charitable organizations. For 14 venues reached, and a total number of 14 charitable organizations which have benefited from this concert, and we are expecting to have, donated a sum of 450,000. We'll have to all the charitable organizations in every of the villages that will be visiting.
These donations are well received as they help towards improving the lives of the needy and vulnerable. The BDF also promotes mindset change by encouraging and leading by example the importance of giving back.
Puso ga ke ya khona go tlamela ele nosi bao ba ba thokileng lesego re a itse gore maiteko a puso a go thola e bona gore bana ba dikhutsana bana ba ba thokileng le botlhe mekgatlo hela ka go arologana ya ba thusa mme ha go tla mo ba ga sesole re bone ba neela ba mokgatlo wa ulwavo check e ke dumelang gore ya go thusa gape go tokahatsa ha ba ntseng ba dira teng.
Those who would miss this event for the world says it is more than entertainment and leisure.
O bona ke itlorile boroko ebile go le matshwanedi ke tle go bona ya ka thebe ya setšhaba ye re bitsa re ke thebe ya setšhaba e ira charity ga go neela bana ba ba tlhokileng go nna le botsadi gore le bona ya ka le itse ngwaga o hela ra Christmas-nyana ba imatso.
This show it will give you wonders. You will enjoy the show. How can you attend? Because they are doing it for the charity. We have to support it because we have to give for the community.
Other departments are urged to optimize the good work of the BDF and play a role in changing lives of the vulnerable for the better. Kitso Temane, Botswana Television, Kasane.
Now, Meriting and Bosele daycare centers in the Khansi township have received a 12,000 pula donation each from the Botswana Defence Force as part of their corporate social responsibility. These are proceeds from their annual BDF bands in concert style held in Khansi. Lesogo Mokwaisi compiled this one.
Since the start of this year's annual BDF Band in Concert Style Tour, which kick-started in Gaborone on the 3rd November, the Botswana Defence Force had 10 concerts across the country. At the next stop being Khansi, they revealed that they have already donated to 16 charitable organizations, money amounting to 325,000 pula.
Looking at the past 2-3 years, where we are necessarily COVID, people are excited, though we can't say the attendance it's not for our expectations. It's still below, but we are not worried. We are humbled by the attendance and the response of the people who actually attended all these courses through all the 9 venues that we played.
Those who benefited from this concert could not hide their excitement, adding that this donation is of great significance as it is geared towards grassroots education. Maitiso a tswelela kwa motseng wa Kang mo mafelong a beke e tlang mme a tla wela ko toropong ya Lobatse kgwedi eno e le malatsi a 16 le sego mokwaisi BTV News Gantsi.
Matamo Men's Society Group are the latest beneficiaries of a donation from the Botswana Defence Force. BDF donated 25,000 pula to the society following an annual music concert held in Maung to raise funds for charity. Maranyane Samakata reports.
Matamo is a group of men and women who used to enjoy alcohol in drinking spots in Maung, but realized that their constant imbibing was the root cause of gender-based violence and those under ARV treatment taking their medication with alcohol. It was then that they decided to form a club where they would encourage and support each other to rebuild their lives. This club has received a donation of 25,000 pula that will be instrumental in them achieving their rehabilitation goals.
Panel discussions tse leng gore re batla go itebaganya le borre di panel discussions tse nako tse dingwe angwe re kgona go di dira ngwe le go na le ba media bo di radio yana jalo kana la le BTV re addressa tsone dikgang tsa borre ba ngami mma tse leng gore gone go re sologela re mo panel discussion e be gona le ba itsana ba kere ba ile gore ba tlo ba re thusa gore e re ha di khanditswa e ba re thusa ka di ideas and the solutions.
The club has roped in young boys as well.
Eitamajita boot camps re lebeletse basimanyana ba ile gore e di street kids ba mo megwathe ga dikwele di tswalwa they are just loitering bana ba loitara le batsadi ba setse ba sa itse gore ba ka isa bana kae. They are out of school. They are just loitering in the streets. You want to emergency boot camp set up by keeper maybe during the holidays.
Matamo is reported to be making headway as men are continuously warming up to the idea of coming together to openly dialogue on challenges they face and support each other through such situations. Maranyane Samakata, BTV News, Maung.
Well, that is the news this hour. Do stay with us. Liza Osakeng on standby to take you through the world of sport.
Thank you so much, Olibile Samoka. Good afternoon. My name is Liza Osakeng with the world of sport. And in our first story, Zambia women's senior national team registered their first loss at the ongoing African Netball Tournament after registering a 51-50 loss against Zimbabwe at the UB Indoor Sports Arena. The result, however, leaves Zambia still packed at the summit of the table with 6 points, owing to a better goal difference. Lydia Poloko has the report.
Zambia went into this encounter seated at the top of the table with 6 points they acquired from 3 wins and were yet to register a loss in the tournament. Zimbabwe, on the other hand, were on position 3 with 4 points, having lost only 1 game. From the first whistle, Zimbabwe were ruthless in attack as they scored 13 goals against Zambia's 11 to win the first quarter. However, Both teams continued to fight and things went sour for Zimbabwe as Zambia led the game and eventually won by a 3-goal margin, taking the game to recess at 26-23. The third quarter witnessed an intense battle as both teams were tied at 30 goals. It was, however, Zambia who eventually won that quarter with 39 goals to Zimbabwe's 38. In the last quarter of the game, both teams continued where they left off, and a single point was enough to separate the two as Rupavazo Matsauke's ladies made sure Zimbabwe registered their first loss of the tournament, winning the overall match 51-50. This result means Zambia still maintained their spot at the top of the table with 6 points.
The game was very tough, and I think God and teamwork, the team played as a team and managed to get good results because of their hard working. Third quarter, they came very strong, but we managed to reduce the difference. Last quarter, we just told our players to go and play. Don't give yourself under pressure. Just go and play simple netball, basic netball, and they managed to win the game.
In the other results in the men's category, South Africa defeated Zimbabwe 46-34. Lydia Poloko, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
In other news, Botswana Swimming Sport Association will send 11 athletes to the Africa Aquatics Junior OWS Championships to be played in Mauritius on the 6th of this month. Team head coach Craig Rose says his team is well prepared and they are expecting a great performance as the athletes have been participating in the swimming gala events organized by Botswana Swimming Sport Association, which helped a lot in improving their times.
The swimmers have swum a few galas already this season, so I think they're well prepared. They knew in time what events they were doing, so hopefully they're well prepared. We just hope the weather in Mauritius is obviously going to be kind to us, and then, yeah, I'm expecting them to do very well. Well, they're training at altitude and swimming at sea level, which makes a big difference. Their time should be better when they're swimming at sea level. That's normally what happens, so that's what we're expecting.
Okay, so for preparing for this, like a long time before the gala, we were doing just long racing. We were just racing long and fast. And then before the gala, we started doing short distances, practicing my turns and starts, and just finishing off. This tournament is very important because personally I want to make a Sanjay times, which are basically like qualification times, and yeah, so that I can go to the gala next year.
And in football news, BDF 11 beat Tafik by a solo goal to nil in the Botswana Premier League match played at Francistown Council Stadium yesterday. Matebele's goal came through Mbonisi Ngube's strike in the 44th minute of the game. And we have the highlights for you.
The position so well, he's disciplined, he knows when to go and when to stay, and he's giving that cover also for the defense.
Just under 5 minutes, or rather 3 or so minutes for the half to finish, and we await the first goal of the match. Is it coming here? Yes, it does. Mbonisi Ngube, he's gotten it. Look at that. They allowed him to cut the ball back, and Mbonisi Ngube really did so well on a volley to try and do that.
I can't say. I lost the game I was not supposed to lose. There was no football today. We tried to play football. They kicked the ball. At the end of the day, they won. But I should have been given that penalty. So, you know, it's a pity. When the boys try like this and somebody makes a decision, I'm one person that who does not want to blame third forces like a match official. But everyone saw. Even in the monitor you saw. I should have been given a penalty. My boys tried.
Well, we knew Tafik Imagayone.
they're going to play the long balls. We told our defense concentrate more so that when we win the ball, we play them into the space behind them, into the pocket. As you can see, you saw our first goal. They went well, we won the ball, and then we put them into the pocket, and then Majoro crossed, and then Ngube scored the ball. Because we knew at a high price, but the pocket. That's why they.
And finally, Union Flamingo Santos moved up 4th spot in the First Division South League following a 2-0 victory over Tlokwen United yesterday at Khabani United grounds. The Week 8 clash was one of the 2 matches played on Sunday. Victoria Dakin has the report.
Santos got off the blocks on a high, looking for their 4th win of the campaign as they conjured up several scoring chances early in the first stanza. Tlokwen United defense succumbed to the pressure 8 minutes before the break as Kenamile Mokwezi notched in the first goal. TU, to their credit, kept their heads high, putting on a positive response in efforts to level matters before half-time. In the second half, the Tlokwen-based outfit kept on battling to find an equalizer, but could not break down Santos' back line. The home side eventually secured all 3 points as Tumelo Sentle made it 2-0 to hand TU their second defeat in 8 matches. The maximum points helped the former Elite League side to move up 2 spots on the log to 4th spot on 13 points, while Tlokwen United dropped down to position 5.
If we look clearly at the game, it was a 2-half game. Looking back, the game is really still. You will find that we are struggling to score. We gave away a lot of goals, which now I feel and then at training, we were like, okay, fine. Since we are struggling to score, can we improve in our scoring? And we did that.
We started very slowly. Our boys didn't came to the party today. And bad decisions, they were doing opposite. They want to play the ball, they want to pump the ball up. But the concentration today, it was very, 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 very low.
In another match, former Premier League campaigners Presence 11 and Notwani failed to find the back of the net at SSG ground. Victoria Dakin, BTV Sport, Khabani.
And that is it for sport this hour. I'll be back with more at 5 o'clock, but stay tuned because In Context continues with Olibile Samoka right after this.
Today marks yet another critical milestone in the development of the energy sector as we witness the signing or the execution of a power purchase agreement between Botswana Power Corporation and Skaname Proprietary Limited for a 6-megawatt coal-bed methane proof of concept pilot project. This is the second coal-bed methane pilot project which government is supporting, the first being the Flow Energy 10-megawatt pilot project.